Hi, my name is Kelly Brock, and I'm a first-year grad student in Computational and Systems Biology. CISP is my dream program because I like making models of biological systems to see if I can predict their behavior. As an undergrad, I worked with a system of equations that described reaction fluxes of a cyanobacteria species metabolism. By perturbing the system, we could predict how knocking genes in or out could affect the cell's chemical byproducts. I love this ability to predict experimental results in silico, and I also gained kind of a natural love for MATLAB as well. For my first rotation at MIT, I worked with Professor England to model protein aggregation. He created a model that treats amino acids in a protein as monomers connected by springs, with additional allosteric constraints. This equation system can then be solved by linear programming to predict how buried each amino acid is within the predicted lowest energy structure. The really interesting thing about this model is that it can give a pretty good estimate of each amino acid's distance from the center of the protein within a matter of seconds. For my second rotation, I worked for Professor Stoltz, who studies proteins that can easily adopt a variety of different conformations. These intrinsically disordered proteins have been implicated in neurodegenerative diseases, so Professor Stoltz is interested in finding the ensemble of different conformations that such a protein can adopt by analyzing experimental data. My part of the project is to incorporate small angle X-ray scattering data into this ensemble predicting model. I'm really excited to keep working on models that can predict on computer what can then be tested in the lab. Also, speaking of which, there really is life outside of lab, believe it or not. Being here makes you want to take risks and try completely random things, whether that's singing karaoke at a bar during interview weekend, wading out into the Atlantic to see dinoflagellants during the CISP retreat to Maine, or joining a group of people walking a tightrope strung between two trees on West Campus. As far as extracurriculars go, I went completely outside my comfort zone. I joined the cheerleading squad. See, that's me holding up a person in the air. Cool, right? Besides being great weight training, yelling on the field is actually a really great way to de-stress after massive debugging sessions. There are 1,000 opportunities here, both inside and outside of the lab. In case this was too long and you didn't listen, here's the take-home message. MIT is awesome.